Hey guys, welcome back to Giant Reads. There's going to be a slight change in the format on here. I used to just, all the videos that I made last year were strictly from Amazon's 100 books everyone should read list. But now I'm going to make videos also about, also from books that I read for my very own 2016 reading challenge that I'm hosting on my blog, which I'll of course leave the link in the description, and you can join a few hundred people who are doing it with me. I think it's pretty cool, and I think it's a fun way to be interactive, and talk about books that you're reading. And it's cool to have people, excited about something that I came up with. So the first book that I'm gonna be talking about in 2016 is the first book that I've read for my challenge. It is not from the Amazon list, and it is The Perks of Being a Wallflower by Stephen Chbosky. A little bit about the book. You follow Charlie through his freshman year of high school. And the book is written in letters. There are no chapters in the book. And honestly, I think it's only the second book that I've ever read like that. I think Dracula was first. But every letter that this one was written every letter in this book was written by Charlie, whereas Dracula, it's a few people who are writing. And the only thing that I will say is that I've seen the movie, so I already knew what was going on. So I knew even before, you really know for sure that he's in a mental kind of hospital place. So he's writing these letters, and he tells you all about his freshman year of high school, and it's really it's really refreshing because it's so different. I know this book isn't new or anything, but it's just a different way to do it. And like I said, I've only read one other book that's written strictly in letters. And so a little bit about the book. So he's writing these letters, and he's telling you all about his freshman year. He's telling you about his friend Sam, his friend Patrick, Mary Elizabeth, and a few other people who are in his little clique. Even though they're all seniors, he's telling you about just everything they go through. And there's a lot. If you've seen the movie, you have a little idea. And if you read the book, then you know as well. So he's telling you about all these things they're doing, and some would even think that maybe it's the wrong crowd, because he's gets into smoking cigarettes and smoking pot, and he does LSD once, I think. He's drinking all the time. I loved him. I really loved Charlie as a character. I really loved Sam, and I loved Patrick. Those three. I don't know if I've read a little trio like that in a book that I've enjoyed quite as much as I enjoyed him in this book. The first ones that come to mind are going to be Katniss, Pete, and Gale, maybe Harry, Hermione, and Ron. Different books, of course, even though they're young adult, but they're still all different. It's nice to read, to have these characters who they care so much about each other. There's just so much that happened. There was fighting and Charlie doing some stupid crap, but they just stuck by each other. And it's, I'm not saying that people don't do that in real life, or they don't do that in high school, but I think the author was able to really get his point across. I don't know if you consider this a coming of age kind of novel, because he had to go through something people shouldn't have to go through. I'm not going to say everything, because I know some people maybe haven't read the book, so I don't want to say everything, and they probably maybe haven't seen the movie either. But, man, it was just a trying time for those three. You have Patrick and Sam, stepbrother and sister, and they're getting ready to go off to college, and you have Charlie, who's this peculiar individual, just having this great relationship with them. It's just nice to see that, it's easy to write it, I guess, because you can write whatever you want to, but it's not easy to write well, and I think Stephen Chbosky did it very, very well. I think this is going to probably be one of the better young adult books that I'll probably ever read. Just to give you a little reference, I put this as the 16th best book that I've read ever, and that's ahead of Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, the first Harry Potter, and that's ahead of The Fault in Our Stars, and that's one behind Hunger Games, the original one. And everybody who knows anything about me or follows my blog, they know that I just love the Hunger Games and Katniss and all that stuff. So the fact that this is right there, for me, that just, I mean, that says how much I appreciate it. That's pretty much all I had to say, because I don't want to just keep going on and on and on saying positive thing after positive thing. I mean, you get the picture. I love the book. And what I wanted to say is, I'm going to leave a link in the description to my reading challenge, but I'm also going to just list everything out so you can just see it on here if you don't feel like clicking and going wherever on WordPress. And one of the things on my challenge is reading a book that's rated 4.5 stars or above on Amazon or Goodreads. And that is what I fulfill by reading this book. The next thing that I'll be fulfilling from my challenge, because the next video I make will also be for my challenge, will be a book written by James Patterson. And it is called The Thomas Berryman Number, his first book that also won the Edgar Award. So tell me in the comments if you've read this book or what you thought of it, and if you're gonna try to do my reading challenge this year, and we can talk about it.